7.5 years. Let's go back in time and see what I have done to my car this far. 1, 2, buckle my shoe, hey, ho, let's go! Well, you remember where I ended my last update video talking about the windshields. And here is a very interesting package. They both are looking good. I hope they fit to the car. The condition is very good as well. There is a little dent which I'm gonna fix. Well, as you can see, these were not made for this kind of car, but I make them fit. I bend them in and bangling a little bit there, so they go in, and I am satisfied. I can do that work over here. Of course, they need some polish before I put them on. And these will make them stay on the car. There they are, and it turned out really good. And this is fun. It's time for new batteries, and here is the first one. I need at least one good battery. So this is going to be replaced. Here's the new battery. Home delivery. I like that very much. Well, the new battery installed, and when I pull gas into the carburetor, it fires up for 2 seconds, but it seems there's not pumping up any fuel at all, and perhaps the gasoline is leaking into the motor behind the fuel pump. And as I have said earlier, the gas tank needs to be cleaned, and I think there are a lot of crap here in the fuel line and underneath the carburetor. So the issue is now here, and it's not anything with the electric equipment. This car cannot be fired up if it's in gears. When it's in neutral, it's not always 100% in neutral. What I did was that I took the transmission down and back again, so I want to make sure that it was in neutral, and then the solenoid stopped clicking. It's only clicking sometimes now, but it had to do with the transmission that is not 100% in neutral. So I figure out that must be the issue there. There's nothing wrong with the start motor. This car needs some mechanical action here in the garage, so I must find support for it. I hope the arm in the fuel pump is not broken, because that was happened with my older fuel pump, so this had to be replaced. It looked like the older fuel pump which were on, but I can't be 100% sure that this fuel pump and the old fuel pump is for a 6-cylinder motor like this. It's a General Motors, but I can't be sure. In fact, the same question with the defibrillator. Maybe this is from a complete other car, because this car is built of many different cars, so I'm not sure if this is the correct one. Reloading the new battery again. I have now done step number 1, bingling and bangling there on the fuel line and on the top and around the fuel pump to see what's happened, and then turn the key. Step number 2, somebody else turning the key when I'm knocking here. And step number 3, open up here and see, no, over there, sorry, to figure out if there's coming any gas out of the fuel pump, to figure out if the issue is somewhere around here. Maybe I can open it up there on the top and see what's in there. I have checked the fuel line from the carburetor all the way down to the fuel pump, and there's no fuel coming out of the fuel pump. And now it's going to be a separate test of the fuel pump with this line here, which I'm going to put into this bottle with gasoline, and check if there's fuel coming out there when I have released that part again. And I have a neighbor support with the key in the car, and I'm doing this crazy stuff here. Now the fuel line from the fuel pump is connected down to that bottle down there, which is full of gasoline. The fuel pump test showed that the fuel pump were very dry, but it was possible to fill it up with gasoline, and it came out on the other side, so there's nothing wrong with the fuel pump. I can't believe it. I put gas in the carburetor and now it's fired up. Oh, there's nothing wrong, I hope. I have missed this sound for so long. The fuel line between the fuel pump and the carburetor is leaking down there because it's my fault. I did a stress work down there, and I hope I haven't injured it, but now it will be better connected down there. America could sure build big cars, but it's not so often easy to reach bolts and other stuff under the hood. I can't believe this. It's now gasoline running out. I fixed it. Finally. I know what I could, in fact, but I did. A lot of water dripping out there, down there. Now I have checked the holes on this wiring, and there were some oxide which could explain the clicking noise in the solenoid down there, and I have also cleaned all the other electric wirings at the holes, and I also did a ohm test on the wiring from the battery. So I did all this job 6 years ago, but the car have been sitting outside for a very long time, so it's time to do this again, and I hope this will make the car fire up easier. Oh yeah, fire up again, but still that clicking problem in the solenoid. A very exciting packet. Even if I know what's in, I'm very curious to open this. Here is my equipment for a windshield washer. And this one is a little bit bender like the other one that I bought before, so I will not touch that one. It had to be there, and now it's complete. A little bit dirty, and I hope it will fit to the jar.
And so I will give it a little bit of cleaning and see what I can do to just put it down. The connections here for the hoses seems to be in good condition. Also the top of it, compared to the first one I had, which had a hole in it. Very clean there, which is also important. Since this one is more solid than the other ones I had before, I'm going to clean this with steel wool.
Now it's clean and it's there. Next step is to figure out everything about the hoses and holes together with my very talented 15-year-old neighbor. I want to show you something which I'm very proud and happy about, and it is the floor pans underneath my car. People who have found real great barn finds, they look like this. So I'm very happy about the frame and the floor pans. Most of them are in very good condition all the way around, except for here at the end of the car. There is some rust. Otherwise, there is no rust. I'm very happy about that. Oh, a little bit dirty, but I'm doing a lot of cleaning myself, bit by bit, until I will do something more about it. There's no rust anyway.
If everything turns out as it should, this car and this motor is now going to a car shop. I have used the multimeter to check where my electric issues are. It seems it's not the solenoid. I want to show you what it is. It's here. I replaced the inner section of this lock for the key because it burned, and I guess this part is injured, and hope that that can be fixed. This is something I hope the car shop will look a little bit closer to. Well, no danger on the roof. And now is the car at the car shop. To get in and out of the garage with no more accidents, I have these four. This came from my parents' garage, so it will be more smooth to drive in to the garage. I'm cleaning my car after the visit at the car shop, where the half of the work has been done so far. This one on the battery were broken, so it maybe helped the car to fire up a little bit easier. Sometimes clicking, and that problem have not been solved. They emptied the tank and pull out all the gas, and there were no crap in it, but no cleaning in the tank, which disappoints me. And for the rest, not much have been done. The seat belts are still here and not installed, and all the gaskets. So I'm gonna visit one or two other car shops for doing the job, because the motor is also leaking oil,
so the gaskets behind them have to be replaced, so it's a bigger job, and maybe that can be fixed next winter. I have a kind of agreement with another car shop, and I want someone to check into that carburetor because it's coughing. And this work with the interior, that I suggested that these should be replaced, just covered, seems not to be done, and he suggested to make seat covers, which seems that he forgot that it was his idea, so maybe that will not be done. So I will quit this interior work for now. There's another shop which can fix these ventilation windows. Maybe I will do that, and continuing with the windshield washer equipment. And these horns needs welding in under, and this welding needs another welding underneath it. Maybe I will put that in the plan for the restoration. So I hope it will fire up, and I can drive it safe and comfortable during this year. The oil in the motor was replaced because it was very much gasoline in it, and I now have oil for the motor and transmission when I take it to another car shop. I must also find the correct gasket there behind at the end of the motor, because the oil is leaking out, so I want to find that before I take this car to the next car shop to do that work. Before I end this video, I want to do a shout out for my favorite channel here on YouTube, and it's Slipper Dude. There is Josh and his family, and mostly his son Ralph. They do restore old cars, so it's a car related channel, but they also do a lot of other fun adventures together as a family, so check their channel. So this is the end of the video from this year, and I see you in the next update in September, and I hope you continuing watching my videos which gonna come this spring and summer season. Bye. Thanks for watching. Sometimes I need to hit my car with 12 volt so it really fires up, and this is a start packet, so it's a little tiny one that I hope I can use for my car. I want to figure that out. And now it's reloading. Interesting. Jag blir aldrig vuxen. Time to fire up the car again and move it outside for a week. We're going to do some plumbing work here, and here is the energy. Here is the motivation to fire it up with gas, and here is the punishment if it will not fire up. It fired up without punishment, but 2 little sips of gasoline and some ugly words which I don't want to mention. I'm not so used to driving when it's ice and snow on the roads, so it's a little bit nervous, but it's only around the corner. Here we are again, back to the old parking spot. 1 week.